welcome to Well Rounded Momma's YouTube channel. This is a place where we are midwives and birth professionals, and we talk about all things birth, labor, and parenting. This month it's been all about baby. Today we will be talking about realistic expectations. If you find this video helpful, like, subscribe, ring the bell. We release videos every Thursday. So we thought we would share, and we narrowed it down to the first 3 months of life because we all had a lot to say about different stages, but we thought we'd keep it the first 3 months. And so what we wanted to share is, as parents, I think we all have expectations of who will be as a parent, who our babies will be as babies, and we learn very quickly that sometimes we have unrealistic expectations. And so I thought we'd share a little bit about what our unrealistic expectations were as parents so that you can feel like there's someone else out there relating with you.
Yeah.
You're welcome. We're taking one for the team.
We're helping you.
Emily, you get to start us again?
Since my baby's the youngest, I'll go first. I bought the snoo thinking that it was going to help my baby sleep. And
It's expensive.
Yeah, it's so expensive. I just sold it. I had a lot of opinions about like sleep and what that was going to look like. I knew that with breastfeeding it was not going to happen often, but I guess in my head everybody really talked about like sleep training, or people would always ask like, does your baby sleep through the night yet? Not like people in this community, but you know, like the general public. I think we all are very well aware of babies not sleeping through the night or waking up often to breastfeed, but like that was a big question that I got all the time. Or someone told me like never to wake a sleeping baby, and breastfeeding and like tongue ties were always an issue with my baby, so I always would wake him up to eat because we never ever missed a feed in the first 3 months of life. But yeah, I think that was probably the hardest thing. I totally thought that sleeping was going to be easier than it was. I thought that if I bought all the really expensive things that would help, and really my boobs and just laying on me kind of did the trick. So no amount of money can you spend to make your baby sleep.
No, except for the swing is pretty amazing.
It is, and that helped, but he can't sleep in that during the nighttime.
No.
So
Just naps.
But the swing gave me showers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Without the
hard
swing,
though for
I would
me.
have never been able to go to the bathroom or
My
take a
daughter
shower.
hated the
Yeah,
swing.
Max did.
And I
like
did
the
have some
beginning
children
swing.
who hated the swing too. But that'd be
true.
the only thing.
There really is no amount of money. Like,
No.
you can buy all the things. My first baby, I bought all the things. I was
right?
like, Riker's going to use all these things.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, he used the Bumbo. Love
Yeah.
that thing. He did love his swing. Charlie hated her swing. I went through 4 different swings, and I was like, I'm done spending money on this. Like, there's just no amount of money that's going to help any of the problems, really.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe a baby carrier. Baby carrier's like
Yeah.
9,
Baby
except for
carrier.
Jason.
Except for my kid.
Jason is the only kid I know who like hates a baby
Max
carrier.
didn't
He doesn't like
like
being
it.
restricted, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to
That was
force it.
Ethan.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
shocking.
from his dad.
It's genetic.
fault.
It's genetic.
It's always.
Ethan was
It's
also
always
the only
Ethan's
one of my
fault.
6 children who would not co-sleep with me.
Oh, my child would co-sleep forever if we let him.
No, Ethan was like, I want my own bed. Don't talk to me. That's hilarious.
I'm an adult now.
As far as expectations go, though, I always tell my clients don't have any, because the reality is you really can't know until you're in it. As far as like funny expectation stories, like as a new mom, I was extremely confident in my ability to breastfeed because I obviously just had the best boobs on the planet. The best boobs on the planet don't help you when your kids are tongue-tied and lip-tied and all the things and want to chew your nipple off. But so that was a rough expectation to like let go of very quickly. And then even like I was like, I'm gonna breastfeed my kids until they're 3, and like I was fortunate enough that I did get to their first birthdays with both of them, but it was like, here is the last drop of breast milk I have on your first birthday. So I was like, I did it, I made it. You know, supplementing occasionally and stuff when I had to, but like those expectations are hard. Just don't have them. Don't let yourself down. Just don't have any.
Seriously, it puts a lot of pressure on you, especially as a new mom. Like, I put tons on myself that were really unnecessary. I have like a little list of all the dumb expectations I had as a new mom. Like, having your crap together. Dude,
You'll never
you're
have
never
your
gonna
crap
have it together. Ever. That's just, especially being a new parent.
You're not going to be on time.
Yeah, no,
Never
you're never
be on
gonna be on
time
time.
again.
You're gonna be late. You're probably gonna have like
Spit up on your
yes,
Throw
spit
up and milk
throw up.
stains.
Like
Your
just
boobs are just gonna
snot
leak.
on you probably.
Yeah.
I don't
I'll be
just-
bigger than the other.
Yep, 100%. That was definitely me.
Or even
For
just
sure.
like being great at breastfeeding. To me, I really struggle with that because my sister-in-law is so good at it. I looked at her being a mom and I was like, you know what? That's what it's supposed to look like, right? When I had my kid, he did not latch. He had a horrible tongue tie. I pumped full time, and that was like a full-time job, and that was like a lot for me. Like, I really struggled with that. I remember calling Rory crying. You know, my boob got infected, and that was like the worst.
Yeah, that was horrible.
So that expectation of doing everything, breastfeeding, being together, being able to travel with your child, and just doing everyday life as a new mom was just a lot.
It is a lot.
Allie.
It's all a lot. My first baby was really easy. He slept great. He was content in his swing. He just always content. It didn't matter. I felt like I had it down, and then I had my daughter who didn't sleep, who still to this day, she's gonna be 2 next month, screams bloody murder in the car. It was just seeing how different one kid was to another. I felt like I had it down, and then that one threw me for a loop. And I still feel like I don't know what I'm doing most days. And now they're at an age where all they do is fight. And I strive to be this gentle parent. But yeah, that expectation, definitely don't meet it all the time.
Oh yeah, I definitely said I wasn't gonna yell at my
Yeah.
kids.
You know, I've calmed down a lot.
I mean,
But
like,
I
not like
still
I like
definitely
scream at them
yell.
24/7, but I'm like not the picture of gentle parenting, I guess, that I want to
Yeah,
be.
me either.
Right? Well, I think now that like Max is starting to say words, I'm realizing like the importance of my words. Because
Oh,
the
my
other
kids
day
not.
says,
For sure,
no,
they-
no, or oh no. And I'm like, oh man, I told myself I wasn't gonna say no.
What did Lena say?
Was it on Christmas?
Yeah. What did she say again?
When she was a baby?
When
Oh.
no, this was this Christmas.
This Christmas.
I'm gonna whoop her.
That's what Lena
To our cousin
in
who
front
was
of
teasing
everyone.
her.
Her cousin was teasing
Good for her.
and she
Good
said
for her.
beat his ass, and we all went.
She's never said that before.
How old is she?
She's 8. That was
You
pretty
know,
funny.
she-
Like 6 months ago, I was holding Charlie, and Charlie's, you know, well, at the time she was almost 3, and I bent over because I dropped something. I was like, oh shit, and I went to go pick it up, and she grabbed my cheeks, literally goes, oh shit, mommy, and I'm like, awesome.
Any thoughts, Tiff?
Oh, realistic expectations. I'm laughing because
There
my
are
kids are all grown. I still have unrealistic expectations, and they're all grown. So I don't know if there's an answer for that. I think, like Tori said, don't have a lot of expectations, but also you have to look at your own children and your own life and not everybody else's.
Yeah,
Because
True.
everybody has opinions, and you know what opinions are like. Everybody has ones. So
Yeah.
you
Butthole.
just have to do what works for you. I co-slept with my kids. I breastfed my kids because it was easier for me.
Yeah.
It wasn't what everyone else wanted me to do. People would tell me, "Oh, your kid's co-sleeping with you. They're going to sleep with you till they're 20." I'm like, "Well, they
Yeah.
didn't." So, not having expectations is a better way.
so far.
Yeah. And I agree with everything. Thinking back on my parenting, you know, I've thought of a few stories as you guys were talking, but truthfully, in general, I think it was difficult because it was hard to make choices that my parents didn't make, and it was hard because my parents went through the motions of feeling like that was me being critical of them and their choices, wanting to do something different. There are people who
They have
are
opinions.
going to have opinions about how you parent, and it's the most important thing I would say when it comes to realistic expectation is set expectations with your partner
Yeah.
and don't worry about anybody else.
For
Yep.
sure.
Honestly.
That would be it.
Yeah, because we're
Yeah, do
all
what
coming
works for
from
you.
right the best that we know how to be, whether that's different for me or different for you.
Yeah.
That's just where our
That's
best
okay.
is at. Yeah.
I remember Adam taking a night job once, and so he slept at night, and it changed our whole life and our whole schedule. And so we started meeting him where he was at because we wanted to spend time with them. But the rest of the world was like, you need to be on this normal 9 to 5 schedule. And I'd be like, but this is what works for us. So I think you always have to like readjust, you
All the
revisit.
time.
And I changed my mind about parenting
All the time.
all the time now that Tiffanie and I have gotten through. I've got 1 kid left in high school. Now you reach this point and you look back at the things that you felt like were really, really, really important, and
They're not that important.
they're not as important my clean house, my dishes in the sink, all the things that I thought the rest of the world or society's
Being judged
expectation were,
Yeah.
wasn't what I thought. And if you're not surrounding yourself with humans who accept and love you, maybe that's the reevaluation that has to be done.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. We really enjoy visiting with you every week. That concludes our month of baby talk. I'm sure we'll have more months of baby talk. But thanks for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next month. Okay. How can you see that from there?
Because the red dot changes to a smaller
text
red dot.
Oh, okay. You got good eyes. I can't even see the red dot from here.
My, what big eyes you have.
He was independent from like
Funny
walking out of
because
my
he
womb.
likes co-sleeping now with me.
Of course.
Good, good.
Well, I hope so.
That'd be weird if you didn't.
That's weird. Yeah,
That's
right.
like the
I used to say that to my kids when they'd come in my room and be like, I have to share a bedroom with this person. I'm like, I have to share one with your dad.
It's true. He's your roommate for life.